Hello?
We've entered a new era of AI, and you're here because you understand that this changes everything. But the question on everyone's minds is how? How does this actually affect my customer experience now? How does it change the way I structure my CX organization tomorrow? How does it change my relationship with the business as a CX leader? We are going to show you how today. Ada has been operating at the forefront of AI and customer service for 6 years. We understand deeply the challenges of applying AI to your customer experience. From day one, we've been an AI platform. And what that means is that at the core of our product, at the core of our approach, at the core of our philosophy is an AI model, not a human. Because it's through this approach that you are going to be enabled to cross the AI chasm, to transform your customer experience. We've seen our trailblazing clients do this time and time again, applying AI to transform their careers. Now, I could not be more excited to introduce a new suite of generative AI capabilities. Capabilities that are going to allow you to automate more with less effort. Capabilities that are going to allow you to automate complex use cases that are going to seem absolutely magical to your customers. And capabilities that are going to allow you to put AI in even more places so that you're always on, you're always accessible in any language to your customers. To learn more about what this looks like, we're going to hear now from Mike Gotzo, Ada's Chief Product and Technology Officer. Over to you guys.
Now today, every CX organization, regardless of its size and industry, has support teams that are managing higher customer service volumes and taking care of broader responsibilities than ever before. And they're often doing that globally across multiple brands, languages, and customer touchpoints. And customers are expecting that all of their inquiries are going to be resolved instantly through conversational experiences. This means that bot managers have to spend more time building and maintaining an increasing number of automated flows just to keep up with frequently asked questions. And the thing is, the companies we speak to want to go beyond automating simple questions and answers. They expect that their teams are focusing on building flows that are more personalized and that solve more complex issues. Companies also want to extend these fantastic automated experiences to meet customers on more channels. So we got to thinking, and the ethos that really guided our research and development is, how can we use generative AI to make that possible? Now, as Mike mentioned, the capabilities that we're launching today can be divided into 3 themes. So let's kick things off with the first one, automating more with less effort. Now, you've already spent time and money creating support content, whether it's articles in your knowledge base, product manuals, even conversations that your agents have had with your customers. And that list goes on and on. So if the content already exists, your bot builders shouldn't be spending any time recreating it or reformatting it into a conversational experience. In fact, this task is perfectly suited to Ada's generative AI. And to talk more about this, I'd like to introduce Jérôme Sorli, our product manager, who will show you how you can use Ada's new generative AI capabilities to get up and running in minutes instead of weeks, while ensuring that the generated content is safe, accurate, relevant, and on brand.
Ada is introducing a new suite of generative AI capabilities that empower your CX team to produce content, connect to existing knowledge sources, and build bots effortlessly. As our platform evolves towards generative technologies, we first need to ground generations in approved content sources to ensure relevant, accurate, and safe generation for your customers. Knowledge really needs to be a first-class citizen in your customer service automation platform. Until now, creating a new Ada bot has required bot managers to prioritize building and training common FAQs to get started. Now let's take a look at what setting up a new Ada bot looks like with our new Knowledge Hub feature. Knowledge Hub is where you'll connect and access all of your existing customer support content. Let's start by connecting Ada to my company's Zendesk Guide knowledge base. What it will do is it will first ingest all of my existing content and keep in sync with all future updates to my articles. This, in turn, will ensure that all answers generated by the bot will always use the most up-to-date information available. Using existing content enables Ada to generate resolution for your customer while remaining safely grounded in content that you already created and that you trust. Now, what about more tricky questions? Maybe something about the next Black Friday sale that's going to happen in November. Maybe I don't have already content to talk about that Black Friday sales. In this case, the bot will recognize that no content exists and will politely refuse to answer the customer's question. Because as we know, answering questions correctly using large language models can be tricky. So to ensure trust in Ada's generative capabilities, we've embedded safety guardrails at the very core of our technology. This generation processing step is made up of 3 distinct filters. First, there's a safety filters, which happens before the generation. Here, we ensure that the customer inquiry is safe for generation by passing it through OpenAI's moderation endpoint. Then there's a second filter that comes in, a support one. With the support filter, we make sure that generations that are returned to customers are grounded on documents that are official. We do this by using natural language inference model to actually check if the generation entails each extracted passages from the knowledge base. And then as a third and last filter, we have relevance. For relevance, we use a question answering model that is trained on a vast amount of question-answer pairs to decide whether a generated response is actually related to the customer's question or not. This model checks if the generated response is both relevant in respect to the initial questions, but also which retrieved documents best answer the customer's question. And there's also one more thing. It's important that your chatbot is a reflection of your company's persona, including content that is automatically generated by AI. So we've developed a customizable bot persona setting page that can be configured directly in your Ada dashboard. All of the settings on this page will be used by our generative AI capabilities to write content that fits seamlessly into your company's persona. So I can select from a list of personalities which one aligns best with my business. In our case, I think playful suits our business best. I can also input the emojis that my business uses often in our customer support materials. And if emojis aren't used often in your business, or if you interact with your customers in channels that aren't emoji friendly, don't worry, you can always toggle this setting off. I really hope you've enjoyed this demo. Back to you, Mike.
Now, what Jerome has shown us is that Ada's new generative AI capabilities allow you to drive more cost-effective resolutions by maximizing the return on your existing support investments. And now, your automation teams have more time to dive into customer data and develop big-picture strategies that can add substantial value and elevate the role of the CX organization within your company. And as you just saw, Ada's generative AI is going to almost eliminate the effort to automate resolutions for basic frequently asked questions style responses. But if that's all you're delivering, you're not meeting your customers' expectations, and you're going to get left behind. Think about all of the complex inquiries that your support agents are handling today. Inquiries that require functions like authentication, personalization, segmentation, routing, and have you working with so many other elements of your tech stack. Now, our next set of capabilities revolve around the theme of powering more complex use cases using our award-winning drag-and-drop platform. And to do that, I'd like to introduce Kayla Thomson, the product manager that's working on these features, who's going to show you how it's now easier than ever to create the kinds of experiences that your customers are craving.
To provide an excellent support experience, it's not enough to tell your customers what to do to resolve their issues. You need to be able to take action on their behalf and actually solve the problem they're experiencing. Solving these problems requires a tool that'll integrate into your third-party systems and be able to process information your chatbot gathers while interacting with your customers. Using your chatbot in this way will unlock advanced use cases like allowing your customers to return an order, or working around an unclear step in your product onboarding that would otherwise lead to customer churn. Our answer editor has the tools you need to build these advanced use cases easily with the drag-and-drop block system. To keep you focused on building actions into your flow, we've baked in brand new generative AI capabilities that are at your fingertips to assist with content writing as you build. Let's see it all in action and build one of these advanced flows now. Let's go into the answer editor of the bot that Jerome has just integrated into our external knowledge base. I'm going to build an answer that helps my customers return their order. You can see our block drawer on the side with all the tools you need to build your desired customer experience. Let's drag a shuffle block into the answer. This block stores answer content that'll be presented to customers. I'll quickly type out a few steps for my return policy. This, of course, is not the kind of response I want my bot to send to my customers. The content included in your answer is core to ensuring that your customer's experience is enjoyable and that they actually trust the response they're receiving from your chatbot. The best way to do this is to follow really great conversational design best practices in your answer content. Our brand new Content Assist product lets you quickly update your answer content to adhere to these best practices with a single click of a button. You'll notice the sparkly button on the right-hand side here. When clicked, Ada is going to rewrite my text in a conversational way and follow the bot persona Jerome set up earlier. That looks much better. I also want my bot to have some variety in its response in case the same customer comes across this answer multiple times. The Create Variations button here is going to ask Ada to provide a handful of rephrased variations of my text. Great, I'll quickly check over these variations and make any tweaks, but this is all looking good. The next step in the return flow is to get input from the customer on the order they want to return. We have a number of native apps that you can integrate with, as you can see in our block sidebar. These apps let your bot communicate with these tools to gather data or make changes on your customer's behalf. We also have the request block, which lets you send a request to any accessible API that you have available. While you're able to design the desired experience with blocks in the answer editor, apps and requests in Ada gather information dynamically during a conversation with your customer. Your bot is able to use this information to create a personalized response catered to the individual customer. I have this request block already set up here, which is going to get a list of a specific customer's recent orders. Next, you'll see the list option block. Like its name implies, this block presents a list of options for customers to select from. Let's pick the dynamic list option so that I can present my customer's recent orders for him or her to select from. This setting updates the list of options dynamically based on the response from a previous request or app. Some other examples you can build with dynamic lists include retrieving a list of items from a customer's order and asking them to select which one is damaged, or showing a list of transactions on a customer's account and asking which one they have questions about. We'll finish building my response now. My response is complete with conditional blocks that segment my content based on the information I've gathered about the customer during their chat. Once saved, I can quickly test my response to make sure it's working as expected. This looks great, and I'm ready to publish this response so my customers can start interacting with it. I hope you enjoyed the demos. Back to you, Gauze.
Customers want bots that not only answer questions intelligently and on brand, but that can handle other types of action-oriented requests, just like your agents can. Now, the capabilities that Kayla just talked about showcase how powering more advanced use cases allow you to deliver a more modern customer experience that really sets you apart from the competition. Now, what modern customer experience without omni-channel support? Customers want to be able to reach you on the channels that they prefer, be it web chat, messaging apps, social apps, and even the phone. There's no two ways about it. You have to be there to meet them, but delivering support on each channel can really rack up costs. And most of the time, you have to duplicate efforts on each individual channel, increasing the chances for inconsistencies and human error. Unless there was somehow a way to build once and deploy everywhere. This brings us to our third theme, bringing Ada's generative AI to more channels. I'd like to introduce you to Rob Reardon, our Senior Product Manager, to showcase how Ada's generative AI capabilities are going to power your omni-channel automated customer service experiences.
As Mike mentioned, we want to empower you to automate resolutions in all the channels you use to service customers with as little effort as possible. We know that phone is still the highest volume support channel for many companies. It's also usually the most costly one for customer service teams to manage. There's two reasons for this. First of all, traditional tools like IVRs that rely on touch tone menus don't effectively resolve phone inquiries. As a result, most phone calls need to be escalated to human agent. Second, unlike in messaging, agents can only serve one customer at a time. How many times have you heard, "We're sorry, all our agents are busy at the moment"? How frustrating is that sentence to hear, even for folks like us who understand the pain of support teams? Today, we are thrilled to announce the launch of Ada Voice. Companies can now use Ada to create truly omni-channel experiences, building once and resolving inquiries on phone and messaging channels without having to duplicate efforts. You can automate, manage, measure, and optimize experiences across all customer service channels in one no-code platform. What's even more exciting? All the generative AI capabilities we've talked about, they work in voice too, making Ada the first company in the world to offer one customer service automation platform powered by generative AI that works for both messaging and voice. Let's see what it's like to receive a response that's been generated based on my knowledge-based content over the phone.
Hi there, I'm Camping Depot's automated phone assistant. How may I be of assistance to you today?
Hey, yeah, I'm just calling because I'm on my way to your store with my dog Fido, and I was just wondering, can I bring him into the store?
One moment, please. I understand that you would like to bring your dog, Fido, into the store. Only service dogs are allowed in the store. We ask that customers refrain from bringing pets, emotional support animals, or therapy animals into the store. Does that answer help?
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to help you. Let me know if I can help with anything else, or you can hang up now to end the call.
If you want to create a response that lets customers retrieve personal information or take action to resolve their phone call, you can do that too using our no-code drag-and-drop builder and easy-to-use integrations. Let's check this out. If I'm already using Ada for messaging, I can easily extend an existing answer that I've created to be used over the phone. As you can see here, any existing natural language understanding training I have will automatically work across both messaging and phone. I can also leverage the existing messaging content and integrations I had for an existing answer and adapt them as needed for voice. Once I've done this, I can turn this existing answer on in voice.
Hi there, welcome to Camping Depot. I'm your automated phone assistant. How may I be of assistance to you today?
I ordered a tent a few days ago and I wanted to check on the status of my order.
Want to know the status of your order? I can help with that. Are you calling about your order for the ultralight 6-person tent made on April 26, 2023?
Yeah.
Great. Your order for the ultralight 6-person tent is currently in transit. It is scheduled to be delivered on May 2nd, 2023. I'll send you an SMS message with a link to your tracking information. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's everything. Adding voice to Ada is a big step into our multi-channel plan. But we're not stopping there. We're shaping Ada to be deployable into any channel where your customers are. To that end, I'm excited to announce that Ada can now easily be used in the Sunshine Conversations web messenger. The Sunshine Conversations web messenger is a messaging widget provided by Zendesk that can be added to any web page. We can now deploy Ada in this web messenger out of the box. With Ada, it's easier than ever to automate resolutions for your customers on any channel, all in a single platform.
We're so excited about all the new possibilities that these features will unlock for your company to drive more cost-effective resolutions, while also empowering your CX teams to deliver a more modern customer experience. Our teams are still hard at work developing even more generative AI capabilities for Ada. All I can say for now is that we don't just want to make it easier for you to build with Ada, we want Ada to do the building for you. And we can't wait to show you what that means and what's in store for you later this year. So I really hope you enjoyed our product showcase today. But coming up next is Jim Monroe, Ada's Chief Customer Officer, and he's joined by Paul Teshima, CCO at Wealthsimple. They're going to talk about how Ada's generative AI allows companies to free up humans to do the things that only humans can do, and to use technology to make it easier for clients to get their job done.
Hi, I'm Jim, Ada's Chief Customer Officer, and I'm excited to have with me here today Paul from Wealthsimple, who is the Chief Client Experience Officer. Paul, I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about your role and about Wealthsimple.
Well, Wealthsimple is a financial platform to help you grow and manage your money. We do that through either letting you invest or trade, crypto or stocks. Also help you file your taxes and then send money to friends. We kind of do it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that end-to-end kind of provider relationship, definitely. When you think about automation and leveraging automation for your business and your teams, how has that impacted how you operate?
Well, the first thing is that we can support our clients like where they want it, when they want it, and how they want it. It's really important as a financial services company because money moves anytime during the day, 24/7. So that's the first thing. The second is we use automation in our operations. It's really important that we are automating key processes so our people are working on the most important things at all times. And then last, we provide fast feedback loops to other parts of the business, maybe to our product teams, and maybe to our marketing teams. And what this automation lets us do is really bring us closer to the customer and then understand what we need to do next to make our products better.
Yeah, that integrated approach of CX back into the product teams is so essential, isn't it, to drive an amazing customer experience? I agree.
Absolutely.
When you think about AI automation and the innovation that's going on with generative right now, what are some of the trends that you're excited about, and how will that apply to your business?
I think the gold standard for us in CX is to have a contextual, ongoing conversation with our clients. It's really important. It's one of our sort of the bar that we're setting for our organization. And generative AI will let us do that. It'll let us provide that more conversational approach to engaging our clients, regardless of if they ask something very simple or very complex about one of our new products. And that's really important for us as we think about moving to the future for our customers.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. When companies are considering building customer support automation, what advice would you give other companies who are looking at the structure for that?
Well, just like any tech company, people like building things themselves. But I think one of the first things is, are you building actual IP for your business? In other words, is what you're putting the work of your data science team going to help you move forward with your own IP? In our case, we are not a chat business, interaction business. We are a financial services business. And so it made the decision really easy to think about partnering with someone like Ada so that we could really take advantage of all the work that you're putting to your own IP, which is building a great interactive client experience.
Yeah, definitely. So, and that's our whole goal, is to kind of take the onus off of your teams and kind of empower them to be able to use the automation in the most effective way possible to meet those customer needs that we talked about. When you're thinking about structuring answers in AI automation to your customers and the knowledge assets behind that, how do you think about that structure and setup within your environment?
I mean, today it's very much sort of directly in our help center, and we have external facing documents and videos. But the honest truth is that the information flow is much more dynamic than that. And often some things could be slightly out of date compared to other channels or opportunities for clients to interact with us. So it's important as we think about working with you as a partner that we can expand how we absorb and understand this content that continues to flow through our organization.
Yeah, it is really rapidly evolving when you think about it, because the customer needs are changing, and therefore the content assets and libraries and have to keep up with those questions that are coming in from your customers every day, right? So your team is participating in a generative AI program with Ada today. Can you talk a little bit about some of the expectations and thoughts you have around what you hope to get out of that program?
Well, first I'll say that our partnership has been really strong to date. So it made sense for us to kind of look forward with where you're going. And this program is very exciting for a couple of reasons. Number one, our clients are modern investors. They talk about finances in sort of common everyday language. And we wanted to have an ability to talk to them in the same conversational way that they would with their friends. And that was really important to us. The second is that, as we mentioned, this vast amount of content that's created within our organization, it's really important that we have the ability to digest it and understand it and reply to a complex question that a client may ask at any given time. So those two things together really form the basis for making this decision a no-brainer for us.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we're equally excited definitely to test it with you and kind of see the impact that it can make on your business toward resolving the customer inquiries and helping them. So last question, when you think about kind of that gold standard client experience and you look at applying generative to the future, what does that look like for Wealthsimple?
Well, we talk about, we always want to know who our clients are, where they come from, and then what they work with us on. And I think that for us, generative AI allows us to sort of stitch together those different elements for that customer conversation. And that's really important to make sure that we're building this long-term trust with our clients because they're investing their money with us.
Right, definitely, yeah. So trust and that relationship is so paramount, right, in everything that we're about, so NCX. So thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you spending a few moments with me talking about how Wealthsimple and Ada are partnering.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks for joining us. What you saw today is just the beginning. Stay tuned for more product innovation and announcements from Ada this year. We're really excited to bring you into the AI future with us.